Today we're gonna do something different. Okay, so before we do anything, before we go any further, the first thing you're gonna do is unplug your fridge. Okay, this is the first thing you do. Unplug your fridge. Okay, and of course, as you guys already seen that the cover, I already took the cover off, but this is something you're gonna have to do. Okay, that's the second thing you're gonna have to do after you unplug your fridge, and to get access in the back of your fridge, so you'll be able to see your compressor and every beautiful thing that you're looking at right now. You're gonna have to take that cover off. Okay, and a lot of time what you're gonna see is a lot of dust. So when I first took the cover off, I could not even recognize this area right here. So it was just full of dust and everything, so I went ahead and cleaned that up so I'll be able to breathe. Okay, so the cover for the overload and thermostat switch for the compressor, I already took it off. So there's a way that I use to take that cover off. What I do, just imagine the cover will be somewhere like this, I believe, and I use a screwdriver and try to insert it right there through that groove and just pop it. Okay, but be careful you don't break that, because if you're not controlling your strength, you might break that. If you break it, you can always maneuver and try to take the cover off. Okay, so again, the first thing you do, unplug your fridge, because I'm dealing with a Whirlpool fridge. It's not the newest one, but it's somewhere in between. It's not too old, it's not too new. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, this is my new overload switch that I just ordered, and I just got it today. Alright, this one fell. Oh well. So and of course come with the second part, which is I don't know if you need anything as far as alright, so as far as the switch, is our new overload switch and thermostat, however you want to call them, but these are our new ones. If you take a look somewhere deep in here, okay, you'll see that I have wire nuts with these wires, which is the red wire, which is look like a pink wire, but we will call it a red wire, and the white wires. Okay, I will explain to you why they look the way they are, which they were not like this. First thing we're gonna do to remove our overload switch and our thermostat switch is we're gonna just use a flat screwdriver, make it easy, and insert it and very gently in the back, and just pry it just a little bit. When you have just a tiny movement, then you pop it out. Then you do the same for that. Then you pop it out. Make it easy, but you don't need to use that. Just me. I like to make things easy. Okay. Now, what we're gonna talk about is just the way I test compressor. Okay, we're not gonna go deeper to anything and make things complicated, then sometimes things already are. So we're just gonna stick with the basics, okay? Now, once you have done or went through all your diagnostics and everything, and your last determination or final result is you're assuming that your compressor is bad or your relay is bad. Okay, now if you went and buy a new relay, so therefore you are 100% sure, or maybe somewhere 90% sure that your relays or overload switches are bad. Okay, now let's say we want to make sure that our compressor is running well and we're assuming nothing's wrong with it. So we want to invest in buying a new overload switch or relay switch. So this is what I'm using, okay? A clean tools just to check my compressor. All right, they pretty good. Okay, for me they pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and set our device on continuity, and I like to hear the beep sound. Okay, I hope you can see that. Alright, good. Alright, somehow our wires are actually not cool. Okay, there you go. So we're gonna test. You hear the beep. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna check for anything that might show that our compressor is grounded somehow, or there's a faulty somewhere. It's faulty compressor. So we're gonna scratch somewhere on the body of the compressor, make sure we get a good ground, okay? And then we're gonna touch. Alright, I don't know if you can see. Let me just lift my hand up. We're gonna touch the bottom pin. We don't hear anything. Okay, touch the top pin. We don't hear anything. Then we touch all the way in the back, which is the third pin. We don't hear anything. So that test passed. So which is good, because we were not hoping to hear anything. If we had heard anything as far as a beeping noise or anything like that, or any numbers going through the screen of our device, so that would indicate something's wrong, with the compressor. Okay, so now the next test would have been, what we're looking for the next test is basically, we're looking for continuity. Okay, we touch our red wire with and touch the black with the top pin. We got our red lead at the bottom. Okay, at the bottom, which is, we got 1, 2, 3 pins. So at the bottom here, which is forward here, not the pin that's forward inside, but forward out. And then we touch the top. We got sound, so therefore we got continuity. Then we touch with the black. You can do it either with the red or with the black. So we're still holding our red. Okay, now we're gonna move our black lead, which is 4 inside, touch the third pin. Okay, so now we're gonna reverse it. Not reverse. We're just gonna put our lead 4 inside, which is the pin that's inside. Okay, and then we're gonna touch the outside pin, and then we're gonna touch the top pin. So that indicates that our test passed again. So we have a good feeling, not 100% feeling. We got a good feeling that our compressor, it's supposed to be running good. Okay, not okay. These two tests doesn't determine. They don't determine that your compressor is running fine. Okay, it's just the basic. Remember what we said before. We're just gonna go through the basics. Okay, We're not gonna go extravagant, you know, trying to give you a headache. We're just gonna go with the basics. So now, this is, we're gonna remove this. Okay, we're just gonna remove it. Usually you need a pair of pliers, something, because usually this is, you got corrosion built up, all kind of stuff, and it's not easy to remove. But remember, I will explain to you why I said remember. And next, which is this one, is the same way, where this might be to get the same way. So, alright. Now, here's where I'm coming from. These overload switch or thermostat switch, they don't belong to this fridge. Okay, they don't belong to the compressor. All right, these were just a test. All right, and the reason why I said it belong is because when you look at these wire nuts here, I had to remake all these wires. Okay, now I'm gonna remove that. Okay, to remove that plug, see what is it? I had to use my flat screwdriver, insert it underneath it, and pry that little lips, and then pull it out. Okay, and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Let me just move it through here. Okay, this is the overload switch and thermostat that belong to this compressor. It came with it. As you can see, this is where I cut the two red wires, or pink wires, you want to call them, in it, two white wires. And this is the plug. To take out the plug, and there you go. And of course, take out the plastic thing, and this is what you're looking at. Okay, that's your white, and that's your red or pink wires. Okay, so as far as the plug itself belong to the fridge. Okay, it just, the extra wires, this wire and that white wire, these two wires don't belong to the connection. They've been added. This plug right here, okay, this wire white, do you looking at right here in my hand? That belong to an older Whirlpool fridge, okay, that a little bit older than the one that I'm working with, which is this one right here. So it was kind of hard for me to get this tight. I mean, if I had to spend more time, it's online, you know. But anyway, so I wanted to go ahead and, I mean, it's my fridge anyway, so experimenting, okay, and see if it will work. And I went ahead and I took that out from here and take the plug out, eliminate the wires by cut the wires, okay. And the difference between this plug and why I didn't use, because I know some of you might thinking, why do you use the whole plug? The difference between the plugs, when you look at the prongs, okay, if you look at the prongs, they're not the same, okay. These are round, these are different when you look at them. Alright, So you see the difference. So that's the reason why I realized there's no way these plug will fit in there. So all I had to do, they basically the same. The only thing that's different is basically the head, and of course this one that came from this plug. With this plug, everything was just straight wire, which is this wire came from okay, which you're looking at these two wires and you're looking at the plug. Okay, this is the plug. This is the two wires where I cut it from the old plug. They came from the older Whirlpool fridge. So you got the white wire was plugging just like this, going to this thermostat, overload switch, just like that. Okay, it was just connected directly. You got the pink wire. Okay, that was just plugging just like that. You see I cut it. Okay, and that pink wire was plugging just like this. Right? Then everything else was just plugging just the same way when I took that off. Okay, so all I did, I split, because what I needed to use is the plug, which is the little clips, the little thing right here. Alright, so I just cut the wires, because when you look at it, the only difference with these wires is they're a little thicker. That's all. Okay, but the same fridge, and this fridge right here is a newer model, so, and the same color, same ground. You just make sure everything, if you look at that, you're gonna see, besides the thickness of the wires, that's about it. So you have two blacks and two ground, two black and two grounds, and you got one red, you got one red, one brown, you got one brown, and one white, you got one white. Okay, and everything basically line up same way. A little bit different, but you get the idea. So anyway, and of course with the old one, as far as the old wire, the rest of your remainder of the wire is, which is this wire right there, goes to your fan wire. Basically this one, they didn't use the same line for the fan. So what they did, this one I guess go for your ice maker or for your ice pump or whatever that was. But it's basically the same thing with that one right there. We didn't do anything with that. The only thing we did is just add those little plugs. Okay, so we can actually plug out switch. And we went ahead and eliminate that option. Okay. So with all that being said, okay, we went ahead and just add that pink wire where we wouldn't mess with anything as far as, like I'm saying, what's going in that plug or what's going around. We didn't mess with none of that. All we did just get power from the existing power, so we can actually put power in our overload switch or whatever thermostat switch. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and plug our main plug back in there. So to plug that back in there, you have to make sure that you got a little